If you're a lifter, you would not be surprised to know that shoulder pain is one of the most common injuries. In over half of those cases, symptoms can linger for 6 months to even a year afterwards. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to fix your shoulder pain for good. A common denominator for shoulder pain is poor posture. So for every exercise I show you today, you want to make sure that your posture is locked in. And the two keys for that is head position. We want the head tall and elongated while also keeping it retracted and pushed back. At the same time, we want to make sure the shoulders are pulled down and back, because a lot of individuals, their shoulders round over and pull up, and that can contribute to quite a bit of shoulder pain. So shoulders down and back. This first exercise should provide almost instantaneous relief, and for that, I'm gonna have fellow trainer and kinesiologist Jonathan Moore join me as he's gonna demonstrate the exercise.
How you doing?
All right, Jonathan, we're gonna take him through this 90-90 underhand external rotation exercise with a band. Notice his posture. He sets his posture first, and then he's simply pulling the band apart with an underhand grip. He's trying to pull his hands wide while tucking the elbows in. A lot of folks, what they'll do on this exercise is they'll pull their hands apart and they'll let their elbows drift out, which we don't want that because it's placing too much tension on the shoulders and the traps. We want to engage the lats. The way to do that is pull the hands apart by tucking the elbows into the body. The next exercise we have is an incline dumbbell row. And Jonathan's gonna demonstrate this again with perfect posture. And notice he's keeping his shoulders down and back, and he's trying to squeeze his lats by keeping his elbows tucked in close to his body. A lot of individuals, they'll let their elbows flare out too much, or they'll try and pull their elbows too high. If you go too high, you're gonna be pulling with your traps and your shoulders rather than your lats. So don't try and pull the elbows too high. They just need to be roughly in line with the body as you're squeezing these lat muscles, and you're actually gonna feel probably some instant relief in your shoulders when you do that. The next exercise we have is an incline dumbbell press. Now, this is traditionally thought of as more of a bodybuilding exercise, but if it's done properly, it's one of the most therapeutic things you can do. He's going to lay back here, and again, focusing on posture. Before he even brings the dumbbells down, he's gonna pull his shoulders down and back, keeping the chest out, tight core, and he's gonna come down with his elbows tucked to engage the lats. And he's not gonna go too deep, and he's gonna drive back up. There's no reason to overextend at the top either. Again, he's going to roughly 90 degrees, compact, and he's driving up while still keeping tension on the muscles. A lot of folks go too deep, or they'll go too high on the way up and their shoulders come out of position. On all these exercises, start light. Use a 5 or 10 pound dumbbell, make sure it's pain-free, and do it properly, and then you can gradually work your way up. The next exercise we have is an underhand lat pull-down. Jonathan's gonna keep his elbows pointing straight ahead, not letting them flare out. He's keeping perfect posture with his head tall and retracted. Shoulders are pulled down and back the entire time, and he's going to fully extend to the top without letting his posture go, and he's gonna come down as far as he can without the shoulders coming up, and that's gonna be roughly 90 degrees. Again, that perfect posture. If this is done correctly, he should feel those lat muscles engage with no tension on the shoulders. The last and final exercise we're going to go over is a standing shoulder press. Now, this can be done with dumbbells, but I recommend kettlebells done in a bottoms-up fashion, as Jonathan is showing here, because the bottoms-up protocol helps to cue more shoulder stability, and it teaches the athlete how to engage their lats and place the kettlebells in a better position. So it's actually more therapeutic, and it literally cues the athlete how to do the exercise properly, because a shoulder press done with proper form is one of the most therapeutic things you can do, but if it's done with improper form, it's not so therapeutic. And notice he's just going to 90 degrees here while keeping perfect posture. For some folks, they might not have the mobility to perform a standing overhead press, or it just might be a little too uncomfortable. A great alternative is to do the overhead press on a high incline with the bench angled roughly 10 to 15 degrees back. So Jonathan demonstrated a few reps for that so they can see.
For sure.
Okay, head back. Good. Great, and just that slight incline can help reduce some pressure on the shoulder joint and allow that mobility to open up a bit more naturally. Regardless of the type of shoulder pain or shoulder injury you have, these exercises will help immensely. I've used them on thousands of clients and athletes, and they've always done the trick. Hey guys, I'm excited to announce that my brand new book, Movement Redefined Fundamentals, is out, and it's completely free. It's on my website, advancedhumanperformance.com, and it gives all the details of the 90-degree eccentric isometrics protocol, and it just gives all the fundamentals that you need to maximize your strength training and gain as much muscle as possible, as well as optimizing your joint health. So check it out. Again, it's completely free.